I must admit, this has to be one of my favorite modules in the Homestead Tracker, and that is the automated weather tracker. What we have here is, if we just have a quick look at the home screen, the same applies on mobile view. You will have today's weather on your home screen telling you what is busy pulling through. Highs, lows. This is currently set to degrees Celsius. If you wanted in degrees Fahrenheit, you can head over to your preferences section and you scroll down to your temperature unit, change it to Fahrenheit, and your weather will change to Fahrenheit, which is pretty cool. So very, very easily, busy getting through today's weather. To access the weather module, you can head over to Operations, and underneath the Operations tab, we have a whole bunch of smaller modules, which are those that are sometimes needed, sometimes not. If you're not going to use the weather tracker, which is absolutely fine as well, you head over to your preferences, and underneath module visibility or individual controls, you can just switch weather tracking off, and then it will not show up in your Operations tab. But we want to see it now, so let's head over there. What you will see inside the weather tracking screen are a bunch of components that basically make up what is a really informative weather system. So what we have is our trends, and our trends can be filtered by any period. So here we have all time since we started tracking. We can go this week, last week, this month, last month, this year, and we can compare that to last year. You'll see as you change, the graph trend changes, but also all of the averages change. So if you want to compare this month to last month, so this month our average high is 19.8 degrees Celsius, 12.8 low, 23 kilometers an hour wind speed, and we had a total of 3.3 with 6 days of rain in that month. If we have a look at the month before, it was slightly warmer average high, slightly warmer average low, more wind, and almost no rain to speak of whatsoever. And I will look at seeing if we can incorporate more comparison-related data, so we can compare one period this year to a period last year as opposed to just year on year. But this is really nice to just give you some averages. We then have today's weather. We also have a 5-day forecast. So you can see there's a nice bit of rain forecast for us over this weekend. And then we have weather history, which will pull in everything that has been auto-logged via the API that we have in place. You can see here, we have YR Auto set as our API integration. Now you can do two things. You can either have your weather data mode to set to auto-populate using the YR API. You can do manual overriding of this data that's pulled through, or you can just do manual only. If you want to log your own weather data, let's say you have a weather station or anything like that, you can just go to log weather data, put it in, and choose your conditions, notes, precipitation, high, lows, all of that, and it'll show up in your weather history and everywhere else. To access your location, you can just put in and you can just start searching. So if we just look for place where nearby us called Oton, I'm thinking of spelling it wrong. Let's go, just go Cape Town. It'll then say, let's just choose anyone for the sake of it. It will then update the latitude and longitude for the region, and all you need to do is save your weather settings. Once you've saved that, it will store your data, your location data, with your GPS coordinates and that weather station, and pull through all of the location weather for that area. It's really, really simple to use. The only thing that you have to bear in mind with this weather tracker is to reduce server loads and make sure that everybody has a fast app. We do not have always on servers, meaning it won't automatically pull in data when you are not using the app. So if you don't log onto the app for a week, it's not going to be logging it for a week. So you just need to every day just log into the app. That login will trigger a session. The session will then automatically pull the data in for you. So just remember, if you have the app, you're paying for the app and you're subscribed, you might as well make it worth your while. And just every day, just click it, open it, trigger that server load, which will then trigger the API, and you'll have your automated weather pulling through, and then all the associated data with that. This is really, really powerful when you're looking at something like, let's have a look at our garden management and harvest tracker. How are our harvests comparing this year to last year? We can then have a look at our health logs for the trees or the beans or the veggies, but we can also go into our weather tracking and have a look at last year's data to see how did the weather compare to this year's weather, which could have then also played a role in harvesting, germination, all of those things. So this is a really, really cool, fully automated, integrated app. And just so that you know, this is using the YR platform. Personally, I absolutely love it. I've used many, many different ones, and I found it to be incredibly accurate. It might not be the case for you, and if you do not want to use this API service, like I said, you can just disable it over here and you can go to manual and you can manually add in all of your own weather data. So I hope you find value in this module. It's really, really has made a big difference for me personally.